Well, it's been 20 years since my Land Rover was built. It's a 2006 model year Range Rover Sport. Let's see how it's held up over 20 years. The paintwork is overall pretty good. There is some fading of the clear coat on the bonnet, and the clear coat on the plastic roof spoiler is also peeling, or has peeled, so paint adhesion on the plastic is definitely not that good. The other plastics are in generally pretty good shape. It's been out in the sun quite a lot. Hasn't been garaged, at least not since the last 5 years or so that I've had it. I did have to replace the sunroof seal, and that seems to have stopped all of the water leaks that were coming in. It's funny how a British car doesn't perform very well in the rain, but anyway, sunroof seal replacement fixed that. Wheels are in pretty good shape still. The compressor for the air suspension, I did actually have to rebuild that, so I didn't replace it, but I rebuilt with a kit from eBay, and that's still the original. The car now has 131,000 miles on it. It's lived most of its life in California, and it's seen the snow a few times and done some off-roading, but it's mostly been regular service items. I did change the transmission and differential fluids at 75,000 miles. It's had regular oil changes. There's no significant leaks. So good job on the engine. I changed the plugs at 100,000 miles and it's still running pretty smooth. I put on Akebono brake pads on the front. They seem to last longer than the OEMs and perform well with a lot less dust. And like I said, the air suspension has been pretty reliable. I had to rebuild the compressor. I've replaced all 4 air struts, 2 because the shocks were worn and 1 for a slight leak in the airbag. But those aren't that expensive and quite easy for any suspension shop to replace. And I also had to replace the rear valve block, which is a pretty difficult job. I had the mechanic do that for me. 2 front lower control arms and a wheel bearing, but mechanically I would say pretty good. The interior is holding up pretty good. There's a little bit of wear on the driver's seat bolster, but overall not too bad. And some water stains by the sunroof area where there was a leak, but like I said, sunroof seal replacement fixed that. And of course there's been some water leaks on the A-pillars. Sunroof drains, that's a pretty common problem, but overall holding up pretty good. The only thing that doesn't work anymore is the CD changer. Radio works great, navigation works great, CD changer no longer works, but I don't need that. And then under the hood it's got the 4.4 litre gasoline or petrol engine. No leaks, 20 years, 131,000 miles. The wiring was damaged by rats, so I had to fix the wiring, but that's not the car's fault. We did have a cracked thermostat housing which was replaced, and also preventatively replaced the plastic coolant expansion tank, and of course the coolant was replaced during that job. Gone through a few batteries. The biggest problem has been the alternator. The original alternator lasted to about 80,000 miles, and then I replaced it with a rebuilt one, and I had 2 rebuilds failed on me. But overall it's been pretty reliable compared to BMWs of a similar era that I've owned.